My name is Chris Pick and I'm the Medical Director here at Springhill Hospice.
My name's Nikita and I'm a nursing associate.
I'm Sue Haynes and I'm a senior staff nurse.
So my name is Andrea Pavitt. I'm a staff nurse at Springhill Hospice.
My favourite part about working at Springhill Hospice is I feel like we're a really well supported team. We've got different skill mixes every shift, so you feel really well supported in that sense.
So I think people on the outside think that it's quite a morbid place to be, just because given the fact that we are caring for a lot of people at end of life, but it's not actually. We try to make it upbeat, not just for the patients but for the relatives as well.
Well, I'd start off by saying it's not what you expect, and sometimes people expect it to be grim, but it's a long way from that. I think some of that comes from the satisfaction of knowing that as a team we're helping people, and it self-selects a certain sort of person to come and work here and to volunteer here, and they're a really good bunch to work with.
I've always been an advocate for end-of-life patients wherever I've worked. I've worked in the community but in different aspects, and there's always been people who have needed end-of-life palliative care, help and assistance, and all that knowledge that I've built over the years of nursing I've been able to bring here. So I've enjoyed being able to be part of a team that wants to be caring for patients at the end of life.
I think one way of summarising that is that it's been open for over 35 years, and the people of Hayward, Middleton and Rochdale have continuously supported us financially to keep the place going for all that time, and I think that's probably a reflection of what it means to the people in the area.
There's always good feedback from the care and stuff that we've provided out. We get a lot of recognition for the work that we've done, and that comes through all sorts of different ways, whether it's just a simple thank you or a card to say thank you, but also the fundraising side of things. With us being a charity, and most of our income is from the public, like within Hayward, Rochdale and Middleton, and they've kept us going for so many years. I think that speaks volumes as to what Springhill Hospice means to them.
So some of the feedback, I mean, we are on social media as well, so I do get to read a lot of the feedback there. Personally, I've only been here for coming up for 7 months now, so we get like little gestures like cards and the odd box of chocolates from patients as well, just as a nice gesture really to thank us. But externally, a lot of people are always aware of the work that we do at Springhill. Some friends that I've had family members who have been cared for here, and they always say that the work that we do is outstanding.
Well, I live in a place in Littleborough, and when I told them I was working at Springhill Hospice, they thought it was great, because I've lived there for 2 years, and I found out that they do regular get-togethers, neighbourhood bakes and meetings and Father Christmas and all of this, and all the money that they raise, it comes to Springhill Hospice. So I'm glad to be part of something that they have been collecting for over a year, and the money has always been a good part to help the hospice. So yes, my neighbours know about Springhill Hospice.
It's having that time to care for your patients. I've worked in various other clinical settings. Particularly at the moment, it's really difficult to have that time to care for your patients. I think being here at the hospice, that's enabled me that time.
It's just really rewarding being able to make and support somebody through like one of the most difficult times that they'll ever go through, that being the patients and the families. we've all been through it, we've all lost somebody that we love, and being able to support somebody in that time is just really rewarding. And even more so when we get to go out into the homes as well, so it's not just on the wards, we get to go out into the community with hospice at home and things like that, and that's even more personal because you're being invited into their home to be able to provide the care for them.
Being able to care, being able to talk to the patients, being able to talk to the relatives, finding out what they want and their needs, and being able to work towards that goal.
That there's a team of people can support them through that, and look at their overall situation and all the things that they've lost, their abilities and their functions, and try and help support them as best that we can to maintain their dignity, their independence and their comfort as much as possible.
I think the contact with the patients is my favourite time of the day, and getting to know your patient, getting to know a little bit about them.
Every day is very different at the hospice. Not one's ever the same, but being able to impact on everybody's, our patients' lives by just simple things like being able to paint the nails or offer them a beverage with the tea, or little things that make it more personal.
I enjoy it all, but the mornings when we're getting people up and dressed and seeing how they are, and just to see how the day is going to go off. Yes.
I've progressed quite a lot since starting at the hospice. So I started here, I think it was in 2017 or it might have been 2016 as a volunteer on the ward. So I used to just come every Saturday. And then after about 6 months of that, there was a job that went out for a nursing assistant, which I went for and I managed to get. But while I was doing that, originally I was in childcare, so I got put through my health and social care level 3 as a healthcare assistant. And then once I qualified that, I expressed an interest in the nursing associate role as well, which the hospice was able to support me through. So I ended up doing that as an apprenticeship through the hospice. Which has led to my current role now as a trainee nursing associate. No, as a qualified nursing associate. And my aim is now to do the top up to become a registered nurse, which we're looking into. So there is a lot of room for progression within the hospice, and you are well supported through management and from the team as well. They support me so much.
My team, they're lovely. Absolutely brilliant. They're a great bunch to work with. We've got people here who've been here for some years. We've been people here who have only just started, and then you've got the ones in between. But everybody brings a bit of character to Springhill Hospice, and it's that character that builds up the atmosphere here. It's a really relaxing, joyful atmosphere without being disrespectful to the patients and the family.
I've been in medicine since 1993 and I've been here for over 17 years now, and never in that time have I worked with such a good team as there is in Springhill Hospice, and it's one of the main things that drives me on.
It's hard to describe it because everybody's so very different and there's so many different characters. And they're all amazing in their own individual ways. And I think that's what makes a team so special, is because we're such a varied team. We manage to support and work really well together, and because of that, we bring a lot of different skill mixes to the team as well, a lot of different experiences. But just overall, fantastic team to work in.
We are very dedicated and committed. We're passionate in what we do. We care, we genuinely care, not just for the patients, but also for patients' relatives and for each other as a team.
Oh, come and enjoy it. I wasn't palliative care trained. I have learnt things when I've been working out in the community, but I've been able to learn more here. I've got the availability of education here, and I think if you are a person whose nature feels that you can look after somebody who is end of life and palliative, this is a place to come. It's a place to bring your knowledge in and then expand on it. Yeah.
Definitely worth having a go and joining the team. See for yourself how satisfying it can be, and you'd be welcomed.
Do you know what? I think everybody needs to experience working in a hospice and what that can do for you. The job satisfaction you can get from working within a hospice and a place like this is something I don't think you could ever get elsewhere. Nothing that I've ever experienced anywhere.